an intuitive thought or insight that hits you in the shower and you just want to come out and talk about it on YouTube? Yeah. Let's hope this one has a happy landing. Welcome back, everyone. This is Intuitive Edge, where we take an intuitive look at what's going on in our world. So this morning, as you guessed from the intro, I was in the shower and had an intuitive insight that came to me in the form of a premonition, and I want to talk it out, and because I think this may be coming up. And so let's get into what I was seeing. I was picturing in my mind's eye an airplane, and this is a small single prop airplane, and it seems like it has a propeller issue. I don't know if it has a bird strike, but it feels like either the propeller falls off or has some sort of issue. And what I was sensing was it had something to do with a place called Happy's Landing. I don't know if that's a Happy's Place or Happy's Landing. I didn't know if that was a place or an airfield or whatnot. But it felt to me like the person on board, I saw somebody, a male in, I think, his 40s or 50s, wearing a cowboy hat. And it feels to me like this person could be like a rancher, and this is like a personal airplane. I feel like this is in the United States, possibly. But what was coming to me was that this person, I don't feel it's necessarily their time to go. But if you're in a single engine airplane and you lose your prop, you got problems. What I was sensing was this person had another being in, not another person in the physical, but somebody else is in the cockpit with them in the plane, and they're helping this person, whether helping them guide them down or helping them in the craziness of whatever happens with the propeller. I also got something about this, like the Snake River. Now, the Snake River, the one I know of, is in Oregon, not Oregon, maybe it's in part of Oregon. Anyway, I think it's Idaho, Washington, and maybe Oregon, the Snake River, but it is shaped like a snake. And I was seeing that, like, from the vantage point of a plane, I could see like this really windy river, and I heard Snake River. So I think that there is going to be an incident coming up with, a gentleman. I actually even got like a tail number. I was seeing like an N and maybe like a 3-4, maybe a T or a C or P, maybe. Anyway, that's what I was seeing, and it felt like this person is, I hope they survive, because I don't feel like it's necessarily their final exit point. I think we have exit points along the way. We can choose this one or that one. This doesn't feel like the final epitaph on his tombstone, okay? But again, this could be a pretty perilous thing. And it has something to do with a place called Happy's Place or Happy's Landing. So that's what I was seeing this morning. So when I got out of the shower, I had to ask Grok, because I don't know if there's a Happy's Place or a Happy's Landing, something near an airfield or an airstrip. So I asked Grok. So here's what Grok said. My question was, is there an area called Happy's Place or Happy's Landing or something similar on or near an airstrip or airfield? So this is what Grok said. Yes. There are a few places with similar names associated with airstrips, airfields, or airports. The closest match includes Happy Landings Airport. This is a small private airport located near Birchwood, Tennessee. Okay. There's also a Happy Landings Airport in Texas. So I asked, because I was seeing the Snake River, so I also asked, is this near a winding river, possibly called Snake River? And he says, no, none of the Happy Landings or similar named airfields, airports are near the Snake River, which is a major winding river primarily in Idaho, Wyoming, Oregon, and Washington. Okay, I had that mostly right. But there was another mention that there is a Happy Landing restaurant at Twin Falls Airport in Idaho. Now that's interesting because I was seeing Idaho specifically. It felt like I was looking down and I could see this Snake River, and I could see like the mountainous areas of Idaho. So what I am gonna see if I can pull in here is this gentleman that is getting on this plane. He feels to be in his 50s, wearing a cowboy hat. I think he's a rancher or something similar. Does he survive? This is what I'm hoping for, because I don't think it's his time to go. So let me tune into that and see if I can get an answer. One of the things that I was feeling this morning when I was tuning into this is that this gentleman has been getting warning dreams about this. So he's had maybe some premonitions himself, or some warnings, some dreams. We don't always pay attention to our dreams, but he has been getting these warnings about this incident with the propeller. So I just shuffled up some cards and I laid some cards out to see if Mr. Cowboy Guy is able to land safely. Does he survive this? I have the 9 of Wands, the first card out. This tells me this has not happened yet. This is like this is something coming up. That's what that feels like. It's crossed by this card. This is kind of a sad ending. So, not a good sign there. Card above it is the 8 of Swords, card of restriction. Underneath, 10 of Pentacles. I think he's a family guy. I think he's got a family. He's got maybe some money. He's got connections and money. Fading into the past is the King of Swords, making the right decision, but he has the Strength card on his forward card, on his future, which is good. And that's a major arcana. Could be some good coming for him. Perhaps he will survive this. Maybe it's going to be a miracle. We'll see. We have the Queen of Swords. Getting to the bottom of an issue. This is a positive card. Looking for an opportunity on the future and the environment around. We have Justice and Balance right above that. And then the outcome card is the 6 of Pentacles. I call this the give and take card. And then underneath everything is the Hanged Man. This is being in limbo. To me, it feels like this could go either way. But he's got some really good cards with that Strength card on the future. So I'm really hoping whoever this is that they make it through, because again, I don't feel like it's his mandatory exit. And I feel like he still has more to do in this lifetime. So maybe the angelic person helping him is going to help bring this to a safe conclusion. But I do feel, it feels like a bird strike. I don't think this is like sabotage on the airplane, but it does feel like some sort of malfunction or like a bird strike, something like that. Something hits the prop and the prop goes haywire. So anyway, that's what I got this morning. Just wanted to share. Interesting that there was a place called Happy's Landing. Didn't know that. Now I do. So now do you too. So, okay. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Wish this guy well. Hopefully everything turns into a happy landing for him. All right. We'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for checking in. Bye for now.